We're back on the track for the first of three men's 800-metre semi-finals. Adam Schott, 3 times a European champion, twice a World Championship silver medalist. Elliot Giles, European bronze a couple of years ago. Wesley Vasquez of Puerto Rico, Pan American silver. Abubakar Abdallah, the Asian champion. He will get some good support from the home crowd. This is a fabulous lineup, by the way, it really is, with only 2 guaranteed a place in the final. Clayton Murphy, Olympic bronze back in Rio, and Ferguson Chariot-Rotich, to give him his full name, second fastest in the world this year, but with no Nigel Amos, he's the fastest of all the semi-finalists, not just in this one. Abdallah Samayouni, African Games champion from Tunisia, and on the inside, Adrian Ben, European junior bronze medalist a couple of years over the 1500. So, Ferguson Rotich, second fastest in the world this year. Clayton Murphy, the Olympic bronze medalist. Vasquez, the Pan American silver medalist. And Adam Schott, the Pole in the familiar white vest and red shorts, who so often leaves it late, but so often gets it right. First of 3 semi-finals, first 2 will advance to the big showdown. So who's going to be the first to take this on? A little flush of adrenaline perhaps from Abdallah, the homegrown favourite. He's coming across with Wesley Vasquez, who loves leading. Barrel-chested, young, talented Puerto Rican in second, and they're miles clear of the rest.
This is ridiculously quick, 23.11 seconds at 200 metres. We saw Abdallah do the same sort of tactic yesterday. He didn't win his heats, but it paid off. It got him to the semi-final. And Vasquez, he actually led out his heat as well yesterday. These two are trying to guarantee their passage to the semi-final. This is the semi-final to the final tomorrow.
48.7 at the bell. It's insanely fast, and they will inevitably start being reeled in, surely. Ayouni, the African Games champion, is in 3rd place for Tunisia. Abdallah still going. Wesley Vasquez has had a wonderful season. Now the Qatari athlete begins to pay. Elliot Giles starting to close, and no move yet from Ferguson Rotich. He's left it late, but he's beginning to strike. And he's coming past now. Rotich. Wonderful run here from Wesley Vasquez. You really hope his bravery will be rewarded, but he's inevitably beginning to wade through treacle here. Ferguson Rotich is coming, so too the American Vasquez. And Rotich make it. Clayton Murphy will have to wait to see if he can go through as a fastest loser. 1:43.96. That's only just a fraction outside the Puerto Rican's own national record. He hung on brilliantly, but how much will that have taken out of him ahead of the final? What an extraordinary way to book your place in the final.
Oh, I think everyone would have just really been willing him home then. How remarkable was that? He's been rewarded for that bravery. It was too fast at 400 metres, 48.7 seconds, but Abdallah took Vasquez all the way through to around about 500 metres. Once you've committed, you've committed. So he just carried on, the Puerto Rican. And that last 100 metres, his last 50 metres, there would have been lactic acid in his quads. He was using his arms, he was using every body part that he could to get him to this line. But there you see on the back straight, about 250 metres to go. He'd already committed, he had to carry on. I actually thought that some of the others were going to catch him. I really favoured Giles, I favoured Murphy, Rotich, of course. But he's booked his place into that final, and actually there's a day rest now, so he's got 48 hours to try to get rid of that lactic acid. What an absolutely gutsy performance. And it'd be interesting to look at the 3rd and 4th times in that semi-final also, because it's first 2 to the automatically and then the next 2 fastest times.
Well, do you know what? There's a crop of young, exciting Puerto Rican 800-metre runners. He's the best of them. What a way to qualify. Wesley Vasquez with a brutal second lap, 1:43.96. Rotich second, but 1:44.48 and 1:44.97 inside 1:45. Murphy and Ben have got a real chance of still making it into the final. That first lap was unbelievable. Here's our second semi-final in the men's 800 metres. Mustafa Smaili on the outside, World Junior bronze a couple of years ago. Tshepo Tshite, semi-finalist in the African Games. Jamie Webb's improved a lot, he's now a 1:45 man. And what about this character? Marco Arop, Pan American Games champion, born in Sudan, then went to Canada in 2002. Donovan Brazier's been brilliant this year. National champion indoors and out, won the Rome Diamond League and the Diamond League title, out-dipping Nigel Amos, 1:42.7 this season. Emmanuel Correa is lightning quick. Not sure what he's done with his hair, but I like it. 44.21, his 400 PB. Continental Cup winner last season. Yassine Heffat, semi-finalist in the Olympic Games 3 years ago. And Brandon Kidder, 6th in the trials. He competed for the USA in the 4x8 World Relays in Yokohama earlier this year. Those non-automatic qualifier times, 1:44.5. Clayton Murphy, the Olympic bronze medalist. And Adrian Ben has the other one, 1:44.97. The gauntlet, for those not in the top two, has been laid down. Correa in 4, Brazier in 5. There he is. Will be the two favourites for this one. But it could be tight. Second semi-final of the men's 800 metres. Well, the pace of the first semi-final was absolutely bonkers at 48 plus change. Arop has gone loping round towards the back straight. Heffat trying to come across and muscle his way in, just rubbing shoulders with Emmanuel Correa. And it's Correa the Kenyan alongside the Canadian, and it's a little steadier than it was in the first semi-final.
Yeah, it's a much more sensible pace, about a second and a half slower than the first. And this 800 metres is all about tactics, it's all about pacing yourself. First two positions guaranteed to the final. It doesn't look like any fastest non-automatic qualifiers will come from this, but it's Arop from Correa from Brazier.
52 seconds at the bell. It may well be that we only get 2 from this one, and that means some big names are going to miss out. Arop leads as they head towards the beginning of the back straight. Correa is in second. Heffat has just been passed, and Brazier now coming wide on the outside sensibly. He's trying to stay out of trouble. Jamie Webb not completely detached here, but Brazier's beginning to put the hammer down, and there are little gaps appearing here and there. Arop from Brazier, with Correa and Heffat still refusing to give up on the inside. The other American, Brandon Kidder's trying to mount a challenge. Emmanuel Correa is beginning to rock and roll a bit here, although he is closing the gap. Brazier, and it will be Arop, and Correa misses out. So the 6th fastest man in history, Emmanuel Correa, misses out. It was too slow on the first lap. Excellent tactical awareness there from Brazier. He's got to be in the mix as one of the favourites for the final, and he'll have a chance to come back on Tuesday. And Arop holding off the Kenyan in fine style for second.
Yeah, Brazier looked good there, very reminiscent of Raven Rogers and RJ Wilson, his US 800 metre female competitors. Compatriots, should I say, looked really good, didn't he? He just decided down the back stretch, he thought, no, this isn't right, I need to now take on the pace. 250 metres to go down the back straight. That's when he decided that he would take more close contention. Arop did all the work, of course. He took them through in a really nice, sensible pace. Correa with that 44.21 clocking over 400 metres. Interestingly, he's entered in the 800 metres and the 400 metres at his championships. I wonder whether now he'll move to the 400 metres. But when Brazier wanted to get to the front, He had the legs to do it, and a really, really nice qualification there. Arup deserves his place in the final, but Brazier is definitely one to watch for those medals. Looks so relaxed, doesn't he? If you look at the other three athletes in finishing in 3rd, 4th and 5th positions, it's in stark contrast to the top two there, Brazier and Arup. Really good qualification for both of those guys.
I thought Donovan Brazier looked really, really good there. Just a shade inside 145. Arup will be there. Korea is going to miss out. No room for the 6th fastest man in history, but he will still have a chance to go in the 400 meters, such as the extent of his talent. We've got to wrap up this qualification for the 8. That was Pierre-Ambroise Bosse, the defending world champion. Kyle Langford, Commonwealth silver medalist last year. Brandon McBride, national champion, won the Paris Diamond League, 1:43.20, and he's close to that kind of form this year. Ngeno Kipngetich, World Junior Silver last year, still just a teenager. What about Amel Tuka? He's won 11 races this year. Yes, they haven't all been high profile, but the bronze medalist in Beijing has come right back to his best, and tactically he's so astute. Bryce Hoppel, US college champion, indoors and out. Alvaro de Arriba, European indoor champion earlier this year, and Ousmane Nabil, African Games bronze medalist from Morocco, starts on the inside. This is a really, really tough semi-final. Amel Tuka, the former bronze medalist, Kipngetich, who won the Kenyan trials, Brandon McBride, the Canadian who's in top form, and Bosse on the outside, the defending champion. This is our 3rd semi-final, and remember, the 2 non-automatic times are both under 1:45, courtesy of that really fast first semi-final. So it's going to have to be quick for those not confident they can finish in the top 2. And it's Kipngetich who leads, with McBride in 2nd, Tuka on the inside. Bosse is quite happy just to sit on the shoulder of Kyle Langford. And Hoppel there, the American, just had to check his stride because Nabil was on the inside.
Kipngetich is at the front, followed by Tuka, McBride. This was fractionally slower at the 200-meter point, and it doesn't look like it's picked up any more as they approached 400 meters.
This is the slowest of the 3 semi-finals, over 53 seconds at the bell. It means we may well only get 2. Tuka on the inside, Kipngetich, this tiny figure from Kenya, in the middle of lane 1, allowing Tuka through on his inside, Hoppel on his outside, and now Brandon McBride trying to make his way through. Kipngetich has gone backwards. Bosse, the defending champions, on the outside, so it's Tuka somehow holding this inside line. McBride is just alongside him. Bosse in 3rd. Kipngetich trying to come wide on the outside, and this is going to turn into a little bit of a burn-up. Look at Tuka. This is good tactical running from him. McBride's tying up. Hoppel's coming past him, and De Arriba on the outside. Tuka making sure there. Excellent qualification from him, and what a run from Bryce Hoppel, getting the 2nd spot ahead of the likes of Kipngetich and Pierre-Ambroise Bosse, the defending champion. Tuka looks pin sharp, and he knows he's in good shape. Well, we bring you news now of a disqualification in the 800 meters. Nabil, the Moroccan, shoving Kyle Langford and Pierre-Ambroise Bosse in the back, but as you could tell by that picture, it had no bearing on 1st and 2nd. Tuka and Hoppel were the men to make it through. Well, this could be a great final. Wesley Vasquez just a shade outside his own national record. Ferguson Rotich, the fastest in this final this year. Clayton Murphy, the Olympic bronze medalist, will be there. Donovan Brazier, the Diamond League winner this year. Amel Tuka, bronze 4 years ago. And Bryce Hoppel makes it 3 Americans in that 800 final.